right, folks, we're back. It's Tuesday, y'all. Woo! It's hot, but the heat ain't started yet, folks. The heat has not begun to start yet, folks. Wait till Dusty get here. That's when it's going down. From the West Coast to the East Coast and everything between, folks. From Eve after dark and concerts in the park. You're live with your boy Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop, in the dugout, waiting to drop all the tea, sip all the Hennessy. My man, Dusty Vision in the house, y'all.
Oh yeah.
What up? What up?
Ready to knock it out the park, baby.
All right. What's up with you folks?
Man, can't complain, man. Shout out to the chat. How you doing today, Lonzo?
I mean, you know what? It's hot, but it's okay because I got air conditioning in the studio. I got double air conditioning in the studio. So I'm all right. I ain't tripping. So it's all good. Talk to me.
Love it. Love it. Lots going on, man. We got to head to the niggaverse first. But before we do that, if you guys have any questions for the Godfather of West Coast hip hop, post them in the chat and I'll make sure I copy and paste them and we'll definitely get back to them and we'll talk a little hip hop history. But tonight, man, we got to start with the niggaverse. Very enjoyable weekend, a very busy weekend for Charleston White. Let me break it down, Lonzo. Not sure if you're familiar. Have you heard about the Mason incident?
Yeah, I heard about that. Go ahead.
All right, let's break it down. Let's break it down for anybody who doesn't know. Charleston White was at a celebrity boxing match and in Phoenix, and he got into 3 altercations. And in my personal opinion, Charleston White came out 3-0. Let me break it down, everybody, incident by incident, if you're not hip. First incident was Charleston White and his opponent, who he was going to box at this celebrity boxing match, were at the weigh-in. His opponent pushed Charleston White off the stage, to which Charleston White pulled out a thing of mace and sprayed him right in his eyes. Dude ran out the building, grabbed a gallon of milk. I don't know where he got the damn gallon of milk from, but he started pouring it. He started pouring it all over his face and his eyes. 1-0, Charleston White. Second incident, same weekend, this past weekend, a dude confronts Charleston White in a hallway. Dude pushes Charleston White. Charleston White pulls out a pig poker. You guys heard that right. A big ass knife that's used to cut open pigs and hogs and slice the top of his head open. We can't play that video because it's very graphic, but it's all over YouTube if you want to check it out. Dude walks away. Charleston White stands victorious. 2-0 for Charleston White. Third incident, same weekend. Charleston White is standing outside, just him and one other person. No entourage, no police, no nothing. Popular rapper Sauce Walker and his crew of about 20 or 30 guys passed Charleston White. One person yells out something to the effect of, "Keep Nipsey's name out your mouth," to which Charleston White and the other guy said, "What the F you gonna do about it?" One of the dudes from Sauce Walker's crew makes a move like he's gonna rush Charleston White. Charleston White pulls out the mace, sprays it in the direction of the 30 people. They go scattering like roaches everywhere, running inside the building. Win number 3 for Charleston White, which makes him 3-0 this past weekend, in my personal opinion. Talk to me, Lonzo.
3-0, baby. It's hard to beat 3-0. If he tell you, if you fuck with him, he got something for you. And everybody thinking he's small, got one eye, and talk a lot of shit. He ain't back. He ain't gonna back his shit up. He's backed his shit up 3 times back to back. That knife thing, that would have me a little concerned because you start cutting on folks. You start changing the game. It's one thing to make somebody who's attacking you. When you start slicing folks, you might have a little concern, but we're gonna see how that works out too, because he might be one of them stand your ground places. Mm-hmm. Well, you can stab a nigga if he come up on you. The nigga verse, the nigga verse is awesome.
Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know why people keep messing with this dude, man. And they always use the excuse, Lonzo. A lot of these rappers, because don't come to my city, or, it's going to be bad for you, Charleston White. Meanwhile, he's going anywhere he wants to. He was just in L.A. the week before. He was in Phoenix. And he doesn't roll with an entourage. He just rolls dolo or, with someone else. Not saying that's a smart thing to do, but people can't use the police excuse. Oh, he rolls with the police. I ain't going to touch him. I mean, it's proven if you roll up on him, though, he got something for you.
When was he in L.A.?
He was in LA the week before he was in Phoenix. So not this past weekend that passed, but the weekend before that, like the August 18th, somewhere around there.
Well, he had a show or something?
I don't know. I'll double check, but I know I saw him just walking around. Shout out OG Steve.
Much love to you,
I know. It's walking around and just talking about how he's in LA and just having a good time on the beach.
Wow. Okay. Ain't mad at him. Do what you got to do, Doc. Yeah. You know your surroundings better than I do. Hey. What can you say, Doc? I mean, the brother, yeah, what he might.
Do you think it's a dangerous? I still think it's
a very
game
dangerous
playing,
game
right?
he's playing, but I don't know, man. You can't tell nobody. It's amazing. This internet is powerful, man. People will risk their lives in order to stay viral, stay relevant on this internet. I'm not gonna do that. It ain't that serious to me. If I can't drop no game that's gonna benefit you without risking my life, and it ain't that serious. And because what happens is a lot of times the people you trying to prove shit to gonna be the first one to clown your ass when you come up dead, or come up messed up beyond. Well, they get a bad case of FUBAR, fucked up beyond all recognition. Okay. So, you know, and Charleston ain't but like 150 pounds, 160 with some combat. So
he's about 120. I didn't even know he was that small. He weighed in at 119. He weighed in at 119, bro.
And that's the part that folks make
119.
That's the folk. Now he's like a flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight. Okay. He'd be a feather.
Whatever the smallest weight is, that's what he is. He was gonna fight Sean something or other, a Suede something. So somebody help me out in the thing. He's another YouTuber. I never heard of him in my life. Suede something.
What's he weigh? 119, 120?
I think he was bigger. I think in the amateur league, and shout out to Adrian Gregory, the legend right there. So proud of you guys. Keep this going. Thank you, Adrian. Love you, brother. I think in the amateur world, they don't care about weight classes. It's just get in the ring, do your thing for a few rounds, and it's more entertainment. It's more exhibition.
Man, I don't know. And then you got to also realize, try to figure out how much of this is real. I'm presuming the knife across the head is real. The mace could be real, but how much is it worth for getting maced in the face?
Exactly.
And some cats may rather get maced in the face than to get embarrassed or beat up on somebody. Because if Charleston White, I don't know how big Homeboy was, but it's something I do know. If Charleston White, 119 pounds, whoop your ass, you lost all street credibility. You lost all street credibility. You can't tell nobody shit. Okay. And on the other hand, if you beat him up and you bigger than him, what you gonna get? Oh man, you nigga, what about 119 pounds? You ain't done nothing. So there ain't no real fight, and ain't no win in the fight for the opponent. It's better to take the mace in the face and call the fight off. You get more viral plays on that than you would an actual fight. Hey, enough money would make somebody take some mace in the face. If anybody willing to risk his life to jump over the Grand Canyon or do some other dumb shit out in these streets, a little mace in the face is worth a few $1,000s to go viral. Okay, I'm just saying. I ain't saying that was happening, but it just seems because any other way ain't no real win for the brother. He got maced. He pushed him. He got maced in the face. Ain't no fight, right?
Yep.
But no fight. Charleston White kept his rep up because they know he'll fuck you up with that mace. And Homeboy didn't get embarrassed. He just got maced in the face. He pushed him. That showed a little heart, but it wasn't no fight.
Yep. Well, let's move on, man. We got a lot to talk about. Marlon has a good question before we jump into our rest of our stuff. Marlon, and I'm answering this question because it is our 5th anniversary. Lonzo, I got a message on my Facebook account, man. We've been doing this for 5 years together, bro. We first met in August of 2018. Let me read Marlon's question, then we'll break it down. He says, "Yo, Unc Dust," and shout out to OG Steve again, man. Much love, bro. I got your question next. But he says, "Yo, Unc Dust, question for either one. How did you both come to be podcast partners? However it went, you are dope together. Please keep it going. Learn so much from you both." Thank you so much. From my perspective, and it's pretty much the same as Lonzo, I was working with another YouTube channel before I got my channel cracking, and I wanted to interview Lonzo. I think I hit him up on Facebook, and it was just that easy. You know, he said, roll up to the spot. I rolled up to the spot. Next thing I know, I'm in the same studio that Boys in the Hood was recorded in. We vibed off top. I did the interview with Lonzo, and we just brought up this documentary that he was working on, which became the Eve After Dark documentary, which he just released. Right. And, you know, I at the beginning was going to, you know, be involved in the documentary, but I felt podcasting was my stronger suit. So I passed on that. Long story longer. I just decided to hook up Alonzo. We go every week, and I'd go every Tuesday, and I'd be off camera and just ask him questions. Then coronavirus hit, and we just started doing it like this. And here we are, man. Wow, sound about right?
That's it. That's it. I mean, the picture I used today was a picture we took in the studio.
That was the first picture.
First picture we ever took. We haven't taken one since then, have we? I took one at your party one time, didn't we?
Probably just a couple, maybe here and there, like at your releases and things like that. But yeah, no, we got to get together for a photo shoot, man. We looking good at our older age.
That's for damn sure. And you know, sometimes, man, for me, without Dusty, this show would be hard to do because I'm a busy dude, and Dusty does all the heavy lifting to make this show work. He does the research prior to the show. Throw me the questions. I give my wisdom and my opinion, and he'll take it and cut it up and repost it if necessary. We do what he has to. He does what has to be done to keep this show interesting, and ain't nothing but love for him. I ain't got nothing but love for him. That's real talk. That's real right there.
Likewise. Thank you. And I've learned so much from doing this show with this man. I mean, I consider him a mentor, meaning you, Lonzo. So thank you. And I'm glad, Marlon, that you enjoyed. And I hope everybody out there continues to enjoy it.
Let me say this right here.
Go for it.
This is how I roll with most people. If we vibe, we rolling. Come on, let's do this. I mean, people think, oh man, you was a hater. That ain't never been my get down. If we don't vibe, we don't vibe. You can't make me like you, okay? You can't make me vibe with you. But if we working together and you got something to offer and I can enhance that or vice versa, let's make it happen, folks. That's been my way of getting down since day one.
That's it, my man. That's it. Well, it's a pleasure. Let's keep it moving, Lonzo. So much to talk about. And once again, if you have any questions, I'm copying and pasting them and putting them right here on my notes. Oh man, this one kind of bothered me, Lonzo. Another video has resurfaced of Krishan Rock, who is having a baby by Blueface, of Krishan Rock smoking a fat ass blunt while pregnant. What scares me more than that, Lonzo, are the people in the comment section that I was reading saying, ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed while you're pregnant. I mean, seeing her smoke this fat backwood that's filled with tobacco, nicotine, that baby's going to come out addicted to so much stuff. Why do people think it's okay to, like this generation especially thinks it's okay to smoke weed while you're pregnant? That's not good.
You know what? This generation a lot of these people haven't been taught shit. A lot of these youngsters haven't been taught shit. They think weed has no side effects, and it does. It affects your memory. Trust me, I forgot a lot of shit in my time. But it does have an effect, you know, and especially on the fetus, man. And you know, that's why you can't smoke cigarettes. You don't want kids to have any kind of illness or being born with any kind of illness, asthma, all kind of shit can be caused from kids, you know, infants or fetuses inhaling their smokers. Whatever you do, the kid doing it too. Okay, whatever you do, that kid doing it too. And unfortunately, some of these jailhouse or back alley doctors don't know what they're talking about. And people have gotten to the point now, man, all they want to do is tell you what you want to hear. You know, nobody wants to be the one to give you the bad news or try to correct you. Everybody will support you in your bullshit in any way, form, or fashion at the cost of your baby. Anytime you see people encouraging people to eat that's already heavy, they don't give a fuck about you. They just want to see what's going to happen when your ass bust. Okay? That's real talk.
Yeah, man. Let me turn my fan off. Sorry. All right, yeah, getting a little hot in my thing, even though I got the AC on. Yeah, this baby. What scares me, Lonzo, also is that, and I've had conversations with people younger than me who don't understand that it's not just the weed that you're inhaling. I don't smoke from tobacco products. I prefer a joint or just my vape, personally, because smoking a backwood of blunt, that's like smoking 10 cigarettes in one sitting. Like, no BS. These backwoods, have you seen these long ass backwoods that they put in? Then they put an eighth of weed in it. I mean, you might as well smoke 10 cigarettes. You don't realize there's nicotine in that and there's tobacco in that. And to say that that's okay with your kid to smoke while you're pregnant, that just bothers me, man.
You know, again, Doc, that just goes back to this generation. And a lot of folks, even grown folks, are so busy trying to be friends with the youngsters, they don't want to give them no discipline and check them because for fear of what they maybe have to read some negative responses. But fuck that, man. You can't be smoking and drinking with your baby inside of you is stupid and fucked up. And your baby come out fucked up. Then, you know, people said the same thing about crack. Babies come out addicted to crack. Okay, oh, she just hit the pipe 1 or 2 times. Baby ain't stopped crying since he was born. Baby come out addicted to crack. Or if somebody see that shit and the baby come out having issues, they take her from her, you're gonna blame the system.
Exactly.
Okay, y'all playing with some fucked up shit. You got people that's watching that shit, and that baby have any issues whatsoever, or they may, you never know, they could be at the hospital waiting on baby. You ain't ready. You not even fit. You not fit to carry a baby. Not long to take care of one. Missing teeth and smoking weed while you pregnant. Nah, I'm sorry, I can't roll with that one.
Yeah. Man, yeah, it's really sad. You know, let's move on to this next story. This is hot off the press just a couple of hours ago. Adam 22 and No Jumper. I do watch them depending on who they're interviewing. I don't really care for the host or anything, but I like, you know, if they're interviewing somebody that's interesting to me, I'm going to tune in. But they just interviewed a couple of hours ago a 15-year-old drill rapper named Lil 50. Hear me out. He's a rapper who was smoking blunts, Lonzo, all throughout the interview. 15 years old, smoking blunts. He was asked, how long have you been smoking weed? He said, since I was 12 years old. Thank you, Hologram MC. I got you. He says, I've been smoking since I was 12. So every time the kid smokes, they put a blur over it, you know, because it's illegal to smoke. And there's Adam 22 firing up his blunt too, essentially just smoking with an underage kid. But his mom, this is the last part that's really true. His mom drove him there, and his mom was in the next room, while her 15-year-old, who's been smoking for 3 years, is in the studio smoking mad blunts. What do you think of parents who allow their kids to do things like this, Lonzo, in their presence? And how hard is it for a parent to tell their kid no when their kid is the one making the majority of the money and paying most of the bills in the family?
That's the problem we have in this society right now. In some cases, kids' viral escapades have superseded pops and moms' paychecks. And in order to maintain that lifestyle they become accustomed to, or get out of the one they're currently in, they'll sacrifice their child to do it. That's basically what you're doing. You're sacrificing your child. You're sacrificing your child for some likes, some views, some streams, whatever the case may be. I remember one of the, not even back in the day, semi back in the day at Eve After Dark. I never forget, I was hosting a showcase. And this kid, my mama was a crackhead. She was sucking dick in the back of the car. I was in the front seat. Woo, 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 woo. And the mama sitting right there. Right on, baby. And I'm looking, what's wrong with you? But the allure of her son becoming a rapper superseded her private life, her dignity, and everything else. And that's one of the problems we have today with the internet. The internet didn't come with no instruction, folks. And folks will do any and everything to try and possibly go viral, or be relevant. Mama probably ain't got no skills, but a 15-year-old kid smoking blunt after blunt on a nationally known podcast can go very viral, very fast, and can be worth a few dollars in his and her pocket. So sacrifice your kid. What the hell? It's only his lungs. He only 15.
Crazy, man. I know OG Steve had a question that I didn't get to. I'm scrolling up. OG Steve, he says, y'all hear about up and coming boxing match between the two YouTubers, Cartoon 53 and 600? I mean, I try to stay away from the BS, but no, I don't. Do you know about that, Lonzo? Cartoon 53 and 600? No. Yeah, no. I think I heard of 600. Isn't he the guy that deals with Crip Mac, which is another interesting character? Yeah, I try to stay away from all that.
That's below my mind.
Yeah, man. I try to educate myself, man. No offense, dog. I do get the BS now. I'll jump in on some Charleston White shit. Yeah, I do. Every once in a while, I'll jump in on some BS, but I try to keep away from a lot of the nonsense that's on Instagram, man, and YouTube. There's so much out there, Lonzo.
Yeah, it is, Doc. And that's how we get this false sense of immorality, and it becomes normalized because so much stuff is allowed on the internet. It looks like it's normal. And we're the only ones do it, and those who want to be like us.
Man, Rajmir has a great comment. He says, but they will shadow ban us if we tell the facts. That's the crazy part about YouTube is they'll push all the BS to the front. You could say N-word, all the BS, but if you speak a little bit of truth or say something against the grain, you get shadow banned. 5
years, I only got 15,000 viewers. So
thank you. Proof right here.
50. That's all I can get 15,000.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm talking bullshit, I get 100,000 easy. But I'm talking real shit. I'm gonna get throttled down to 15,000.
Crazy. Well, let's keep it pushing. We got a bunch of questions from the chat to get to as well, and make sure you guys put them in the chat. I got you guys. Baltimore NAACP, Lonzo, the NAACP chapter of Baltimore calls for the National Guard. They're saying our streets are a war zone. Talk to me.
You know, I hadn't heard that before, but I can see how they can make that assumption. When you got packs of kids acting wild, man, these youngsters is just wild, dude. They just wild. They've never been put in check, never been disciplined, no home training, no school training, no street training, and they listen to each other. They have nobody of any type of authority that they respect. That they can they respect. So whatever they do, plus there's no consequences. Why not? Why not? Now, when the National Guard come in most cases, not all, in most cases, they're on the shoot to kill order. They're not coming to talk. They're on the shoot to kill order. Okay, step out of line. They're gonna hit you with a hot one. Okay, or they're gonna start arresting folks, and they're gonna. I said this morning to my daughter. We were talking this morning. At some point in time, somebody is gonna change the law in one of them late night sessions, and all this bullshit about this flash mob running up in stores and stealing up to $950 worth of shit. There's no consequences. They're gonna change the law. It's gonna be like the 3 strike shit, and somebody gonna mess around here. And they're gonna change it, and you ain't gonna know about it, and they're gonna start locking folks up, thinking everything is still cool, and you're gonna realize, oh shit, say what? Yeah, you caught up too late. And they'll tell you, ignorance of the law is no excuse. So if the law get changed and you don't get the memo, too bad. Okay, you still did it, fool. And I'm not telling you nothing that ain't real. Just like in the 80s and 90s, when crack got introduced to the gang era. Folks was buck ass wild. First thing they did was pass the 3 strikes law. They passed the 3 strikes law, and folks was going to jail for everything: pizza, cigarettes, the baby powder. If you had 2 felonies and you stole something, going to jail. And it got to the point it was ridiculous. But what happened was they built up the prison industrial complex off that law. A lot of these prisons in these various states got clauses of at least 90% occupancy in the prison. When you see that in a clause, that means that the average prison has to have more people than the average Hilton hotel or the average Marriott or the average Holiday Inn. Most of them hotels do not maintain a 90% occupancy. Maybe on a holiday, they may get even higher than that. But for the most part, if they hitting 50, they're in good shape. But to have a 90% occupancy long term, we're not talking about overnight. We're talking about people posting up for multiple birthdays. We're talking about people that have careers and their kids can follow in their footsteps of watching your ass while you're in prison. And while the law gets sorted out, your ass still sitting in prison. You don't get to go home and wait for them to figure out what they're gonna do. You're still in prison, and they figure out, this is too harsh. We're gonna back up a little bit. They can use another 15, 20. So as we sit here now and watch this lawlessness go through the streets, you got packs of kids in various parts of the country running in the stores, Gucci stores, Beverly Hills. They're doing all kind of shit. Nordstrom's, all these stores are still shit that has very little value to nobody but them in most cases. And maybe a few other people, but at some point in time, the law is going to change. People are going to get tired of it, and the current DA in California, in LA, going to be gone. If he makes it another term, because I tried to recall him first, that didn't work. They're going to put somebody here that's going to come in with some combat boots and change a bunch of shit, and you're going to wish homeboy came back to work. They said Jackie Dacey was too hard, but all of a sudden, now this dude here is too soft. And there's never really a happy medium. They changed the laws because so many people were getting locked up and on bullshit, and because they couldn't make bail, lose your apartment, lose your car, lose your job, now you're homeless. Oh, DA reject. Fuck! So now they dropped the bail, and now people think they can just do what they want to, and then they dropped it raised the limit of stealing shit. Why not steal? I might go steal me some shit. And I'm just bullshitting. I ain't gonna steal nothing. I ain't gonna start now.
Exactly. Only thing I steal is music. Well, no. Yeah, I still kind of steal music. But from YouTube. Anyway, but we lost a great actor, Lonzo, not too long ago, Michael K. Williams. We talked about that on the show as well, to a drug overdose. Well, this past week, the person who sold him the heroin that killed him has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. Talk to these kids, man.
Dude, you know, when the dope dealer is more concerned with the money than the life of his customers, you in trouble. I see they're lacing fentanyl and cocaine, heroin, and weed. They put fentanyl and weed, and according to the FDA, a good whiff of fentanyl will kill your ass. Why? Why would you try something? Man, come on, dude. This is not the time to be on drugs. This is not the time you can't trust shit. This is not the time to be on drugs. Maybe this is why they do what they do. Maybe they scare people so bad about the street drugs and make you go to the dispensary. Maybe they scaring you so bad on the street drugs because
damn, I didn't even think of that.
When weed became legal, the street dope dealer, yeah, he was still around, but shit, why go to him? You go to somebody else, to the dispensary, and get what you want, the potency you want, how much, an accurate amount of consistency, but still it might cost you a little bit more money because they're gonna tax the shit out you. But if the street shit it scares your ass and make you don't know what you're getting, and especially if a couple of bodies fall dead, shit, I'm going to the dispensary. Maybe that's why the street shit is so potent, it's killing folks. It's keep people going to the dispensary. I don't know. I'm just making a educated guess.
That's a good, hey, you always break stuff down, man. Make the players think. You know, that reminds me of something, Lonzo, I wanted to bring by you, because as I was doing this interview last week, you were one of the people I thought about, but I talked to a 38-year-old man. I interviewed him on my show, and I'll be releasing that in about a week or so. And I went into this interview with a bunch of questions, and I was ready to do a certain type of interview. Then he mentioned dialysis to me, and for the last 45 minutes of the show, we talked about dialysis. Long story short, Lonzo, he's 38 years old. And due to the choices that he made when he was younger, the no water, the Hennessy, the this, the that, the diet, he has to do dialysis every single day. This is a 38-year-old man. This was one of the toughest interviews for me to get through, man. And it was just very sad. And I'm sure he wouldn't have a problem with me sharing it on this show since he did share it on my channel. But when you hear something like that, 38-year-old black man, due to the changes due to his diet in the past and other things that he was ingesting in his body, he's now taking dialysis for the rest of his life, or he'll die.
Well, first of all, in the niggerverse, most people don't pay attention to other people's dilemmas. And I'm glad I live outside the niggerverse because I learn from other people's mistakes. You ain't never seen a rap video with people having Evian water in the video. All they got is champagne, beer, Hennessy, Cristal, whatever it may be. You ain't never seen nobody, toast up to a bottle of water. Okay.
So true. Even when I watch podcasts, I look in the back. I don't see water. I see juices and beers and.
Evian ain't sponsored like that. Okay.
I stay with water.
Voss Water ain't sponsoring like that. Hennessy is. And me and Unknown had a thing we talked about once before, and we both, we were laughing. You trying to live on an all Hennessy diet? It ain't possible. Your body has to have time to recover. You cannot live on an all alcohol, all beer, all smoke, all pork, you got to eat some fruits, some vegetables, some oatmeal from time to time, and drink some goddamn water. It ain't gonna hurt you to drink no water. It ain't gonna get you high, but it damn to keep you alive. And I tell you what, that's a whole nother high by itself, dude. Nah, man. This lifestyle we've been sold is so it's almost like a daredevil lifestyle. How far can you go without killing yourself? Okay, and if you kill yourself, fuck it, we gonna have a party anyway. Okay. Fuck it, we're gonna have a party on your ass. We're gonna stand you up in the corner at the funeral home and party around you. We're gonna twerk on your dead body. And this, I understand, dude. If you think about what I'm saying, man, everything I'm saying, it sounds like a joke, but we do that. We stand a nigga up in the club and twerk on his dead body. Put a joint in his mouth like he gonna inhale that motherfucker. If that dead man inhale that joint, he gonna clear that joint out. Okay, clear the place out. If that joint gets inhaled, he gonna clear that. You know, niggas don't like that shit like no shit like that. But we'll do that because hey man, he had a beautiful coffin. They wrapped his coffin real cool. We went to the funeral, poured out a little liquor for the homie, and took him back to the repast. We didn't bury. We took him to the at the wake or whatever. Yeah, we put him up on the bar and we smoked the blood on him. Or then we smoked his ashes afterwards after they cremated. Come on, man. This is the kind of shit that they're trying to normalize, and ain't nobody trying to defend this shit. Everybody, oh, that's cool, man. That was dope. We smoked his ashes, and yeah, the girls, some girls gave him a lap dance. He was dead, motherfucker. He wasn't getting no lap dance. Gave him a lap dance. Some of the hoes gave him a lap dance. Man, it was dope as fuck. And this is the kind of shit that we normalizing. And you don't think motherfuckers looking at us like we got our goddamn minds? Come on, man. This ain't hip hop, dude. That ain't hip hop. That shit, people do these antics to go viral. They set themselves up for failure. Because I'm 66 years old, dude. I just went to the doctor. I just said, damn, how old are you? I'm 66, yeah, doc. Damn, how many pills you take? I take one. That's it. I take my vitamins. I drink my water. Y'all see me on my Facebook page getting my ass every Sunday and walking my ass up. I walk 2 miles a day. I'm gonna walk 2 miles tomorrow. I'm gonna walk 5 miles on Sunday. And this ain't no new shit. You can't wait till you get my age to start doing this shit. Now I can trust me. I can lose some weight. My son works at a bakery. It's hard for me to lose weight. My son works at a goddamn bakery. He brings home cupcakes and cookies every day. I have to fight to keep from eating that shit. But every once in a while, the temptations overcomes me, and I'm gonna eat one of them pieces of cake. But at 66 years old, and with my regiment, it ain't that bad. I don't have high blood pressure, but you can't wait till you get high blood pressure. You can't wait till you get diabetes. You can't wait until you get heart congestion. You can't wait till you get all that stiffness and shit to try and fix it after the fact. While you young, that's when you supposed to let this shit go. Fuck that. Oh man, we smoked 20 blunts last night. We drank up a whole gallon of Hennessy. Okay, check your blood sugar. Why your eyes so red, son? Why you pissing brown water? God damn. This is the kind of shit you're gonna experience, and that's gonna by the time I tell cats about prostate cancer. Go let that doctor put that finger in your ass to check your blood, whatever the case may be, whatever method he uses to check your prostate. You can't wait till you pissing blood to go to the doctor. I'm pissing blood. Oh, nigga, it's too late now. Prostate cancer, high blood pressure, ain't no symptoms till it's too late. Trust me. Ain't no symptoms till it's too late. When you start getting symptoms on high blood pressure, you about ready to have a stroke or a heart attack. When you have about ready to have symptoms on prostate cancer, you pissing colorful shit. You're pissing colorful blood, or you might be shitting some blood in your stool, or even worse than that, even colon cancer. You dude, for most of my people on my show, what I can tell from the chat room is men. Okay, don't let nobody clown you out of taking care of yourself. If you got access to health care, use that shit. Don't wait till you get 50. I'm going to get checked out. It'll be too late, man. You have so much shit you can't fix it. If you in your 30s and 40s, man, stay on top of that shit now. When you get 60 and 70, you'll be thankful for it. That's the same thing about money. Same thing with money, man. Dude, if you on this chat room, if y'all in your 30s and 40s and you can put away $100 a month, $200 a month, man, you'd be surprised how much money you'll have by the time you get my age. Your Social Security be optional. It'd be I'll take it, but it ain't. I don't need it, dude. That's one thing I did not do. Thank God I have other sources of income, but that health situation, I took care of that. I cut out that hard shit a long time ago. I barely drink. I'll smoke a joint from time to time. I got my smoke buddy. We smoke from time to time, but for the most part, nah, dude. I very seldom drink alcohol. I very seldom. I mean, I like a good margarita or a shot of Hennessy from time to time, but it's not something. I stick out liquor. Put this way, I stick out liquor from the club I closed 4 years ago.
Damn. Pass that my way.
Speaking of the club, dun, 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 club comes back New Year's Eve 2023.
24.
24. We coming back.
What?
Eve After Dark is coming back.
Hold on. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's the story behind that?
Man, me and the owner's son was been talking for the past 3 years about doing something with the club. I just didn't want to be the main man. I don't want to be the main man with the keys. I got to be the first one to get there and the last one to leave. I'm enjoying my freedom, but we got a team we put together. I'm gonna be on the team. I'm gonna be what's the offensive coach up in the booth.
There you go.
I'll be up in the booth for the warm at. I'm not gonna be on the field. Okay, I'm gonna be up on the booth coaching, directing, and calling plays. And I'll be there from time to time. But if I got to go someplace to handle some business, I have that freedom, and that's the deal we're working on right now. So we're looking. I was there last week. We did a walkthrough with a contractor and a decorator to make some things happen at the club. So yes, the goal is to have it ready to go by December, right before New Year's Eve.
There it is, man. There it is. Love it. Love it. You just can't sit your ass down, can you, Lonzo?
You know what? I was watching Ice Cube the other day on Kevin Hart's podcast. Sit my ass down and do what? Do what?
Yep.
What am I gonna do? I never worked hard. I don't drive trucks. I don't dig ditches. I've worked, but I never worked hard. And that's probably why I've been able to maintain a decent health situation. When you give parties for a living, man, how do you stop doing that? I check this out. I got more gigs booked right now than I had in the past 2 years. DJ gigs. I got more gigs. I've done about 4 gigs already, but I got about 3 or 4. I got 2 more booked for sure, and I got a couple more penciled in. So when you look up and for me, I kind of got disenchanted with DJing because it got so convoluted. But I realized that my experience it's a niche for my experience. It's a niche for my music. It's a niche for somebody that don't scratch. It's a niche for somebody that does play the whole record. It's a niche for somebody who knows how to slow it down and play for a certain crowd, and that's what I do. You know, you ain't gonna see me on the same bill with Battle Cat. Nope, don't do what he do. But you'll catch me at an oldie but goodie set, rocking the shit out their ass, playing my bunion busters. Okay, that's what I do. I bust bunions, baby.
Man, love that. Love that. Hey, before we continue, remind everybody to hit the like button. And if this is your first time joining the channel and you like what you hear, please hit that subscribe button. You are tuned in to Not Without Alonzo with the West Coast pioneer, the legend. I mean, the man himself, Lonzo Williams, the godfather of West Coast hip hop. I see you all in the chat. Shout out to the chat. We'll get to some of those questions. But before I do, I'm going to ask you one more time, hit that like button. Let's see. Let's start with this one, Lonzo. Let's see. Hey, Lonzo, are you familiar with Disco Alamo? He did a song called Task Force, and I think that may have been Northern Cali's answer to Batarang.
Never heard of him.
Okay, yeah, I've never heard of him either, but I'm gonna have to check him out. Disco Alamo. Okay. Let's see. J. Roos Theory. Lonzo, are you currently making any music for anyone?
No, right now I'm busy with these documentaries. I'm having fun right now working on this television show I started called the Global Showcase. So I'm working with new artists with music. That's gonna be on my channel hopefully in the next couple of weeks. We're in the editing right now. So I got a whole lot of other stuff to do. You know, it's cool. I do my old songs, and if y'all don't hear, nobody wants to hear what I got to say. I want to cuss some motherfuckers out. This is bullshit. If you want some reality rap, I got some reality rap for your ass. Okay, I got some reality rap for your ass. And if I do anything, that's what I'll be doing. Some reality rap or good old line dance song. I like line dance. I like watching people line dance. That shit's pretty cool. But you know, I was watching somebody the other day talking about how after 40 years old, rappers should be no rappers over 40 years old. I totally disagree. Why the fuck we always got to limit ourselves to shit? Why the fuck we got to do that? Rock and roll don't do it. Country and western don't do it. The blues don't do it. Why we got now? What I will say, At 40 years old, if you're talking about smoking blunts and gangbanging, sit your ass down. Sit your ignorant ass
Thank
down.
you. Please.
But there is a market. I do believe there is a market and a clientele for some real shit. There was in the past. They didn't go nowhere. It's just that for whatever reason, the method of delivering music has changed so much. You don't have the same options you have. You have more options, but you have more options, but you have less options. What I mean, you have more options, more platforms, less options. We were better off when we had radio stations that programmed songs, and once the song caught fire in LA, it caught fire in San Diego, Frisco, Oakland, Nevada, Arizona, and it blew up like that. The way this internet thing is right now, the internet needs to, it's fed off of the content, and the people who are creating the content in a lot of cases don't have any real musical skills. They just say whatever they want. I had a friend of mine play a song the other day. I was blown away. She even liked the song. My pussy is pink. My booty hole is brown.
Oh my God, I hate that song.
Like, what the
Pound
fuck?
Town. My pussy hole pink. My booty hole brown.
Yeah.
This girl has admitted to have chlamydia. Her name's Sexy Red, I believe. Of course, I know this because I do dabble in the bullshit sometimes. But yes, she's admitted to having chlamydia, and yeah, she's not too good of an excuse of a female. Is what I'm seeing. But hey, do your thing, ma.
I'm trying to figure out, and my friend said she likes the beat. What beat? What beat? It ain't no beat to that shit. But people see this shit, man, and we let that shit fly. We let it fly. We let it fly. Nobody, no organization has condemned this shit. And this is something that I think that we're doing ourselves an injustice. We've given away. We're so afraid of being considered as being old or old fogies. We just don't say shit, and let everybody do everything. Why don't we just say fuck it? Eliminate the drinking law, eliminate the driving law, and let's give some 10-year-olds your keys to your car and a bottle of Hennessy. And let's see how the fuck that works. The same damn thing. Same damn thing. You let them say and do anything they want to on the internet, as long as it's derogatory, because it can't do too much preaching. But tell you what, let's give some 10-year-olds or some 15-year-olds some Hennessy and keys to your Mercedes, and let's see how the hell that works out.
Ain't gonna work out good.
Nope.
I like this question from Derek Mallory. He says, Lonzo, did the character Pinky from Next Friday, was that based on you, the Jerry curl, the coat, the suit?
You know what? Somebody was clowning me about that shit before. Yes and no. Yes and no. I was always a well-dressed individual with a very luxurious Jerry curl. I could get excited when I was pissed, and I still do. All that hopping around, it ain't never been me. But I know guys like that. Okay, that are a lot more. Higher percentage of Pinky than anything else. I might have been 25% Pinky. I might have been 25%. Yeah, at the moment.
It's safe to assume though that a couple of characters from the movie CB4 may have loosely been based on Lonzo Williams.
You know what? That was funny.
Gustus and the other guy.
Gusto and Trustus. I was a combination of Gusto and Trustus. Okay. In some cases, because I was always trying to hype people up and put them on my label, but I never sold dope, but I also had the club. So, you know, they had to divide them two characters up to get one Lonzo. So it's all right. I ain't mad.
Hey, Hologram MC, this is interesting. He says, did you notice Ice Cube named all the females in Next Friday after JJ Fad? I don't think I ever knew that.
No.
Baby D, wait.
Baby D.
Yep. Who else? Help me out. There's Baby D. There's Juana.
Juana.
Who was Juana? Help me out. Hologram on who played Juana? Yeah, Juana Michelle, the Korean lady, and okay, I don't know. I got to go back and check that out. He says Juana Michelle, the Korean lady, and Baby D.
Who was Michelle? I
think he said. Oh yeah. Oh no, I felt I knew all about Juana was Day Day's girl. Wait, Juana was the pregnant one. The pregnant one.
Her name was Juana?
I think it was. Now that he said that, yep, that's right. Yeah. Oh shit, I never caught that, dog. Baby D obviously is the Lady of Rage, and Michelle was the Korean lady. Okay, nice. I like that.
Look at that. Looking out, man. That's a nice little trivia, Doc. That's
I like that.
Trivia shot. Looking like good looking at a hologram EMC.
That's funny. That's funny. All right, let's see. Lonzo and Dusty. Did you see? Art Chavez says, Lonzo and Dusty, did you see talk on the internet from rap artists talking about MC Hammer seemed to be forgotten during the 50-year hip hop celebration? One of the biggest crossover artists early in hip hop.
The West Coast got forgotten about in the 50th anniversary.
Period.
It wasn't in it. They cherry picked Ice Cube, Snoop, and who else they picked? That's it. And Battle Cat. That I saw. And this is why I do what I do. Because I refuse to be overlooked. I've done too much. We have done too much to be overlooked. We did the ceremony in state of capital, Sacramento state capital. We're doing EAZY Street, and EAZY Street will be another celebration for the 50th anniversary of hip hop. I'm inviting all the players. They show up. They show up. They don't. They don't. But I'm gonna do something. I'm talking to the city of LA. One of the city councilmen wants to do something in the city of LA. People have to understand. At some point in time, if you want something, you got to go fucking take it. Ain't nobody gonna give you shit. Hammer was mentioned in the Sacramento event, but nobody could catch up with it. Okay, he was mentioned as one of the people that should have been on the steps with us, but he wasn't available. I don't know what the story was, but there has been no organization that has embraced that for us on the West Coast that says, you know what, we have the authority to bring these people together. Okay. The big party in New York, it was pretty much a New York party featuring Ice Cube, Battle Cat, and Snoop. It is what it is. And again, folks, I've been having this debate for a while. Is it really our birthday to celebrate? I had a partner of mine today. We talked about it. He said, well, people in the 40s was spinning on their heads. People was rapping, doing this, but it all culminated at one. Yeah, they did it. But the culmination of everybody in being done as a collective, okay? Wood was over here, steel was over here. They didn't make hammers and lumber until this time right here. You follow what I'm saying? So it makes it a little bit different. It makes it a little bit different. For me, based on what I know, what I've experienced, 1977 would be the year for West Coast hip hop. That's when, if I'm gonna take the same philosophy that they take in New York, that's when Uncle Jam's Army, Unique Dreams Entertainment, and Disco Construction started doing parties at Alpine Village. We were the last and the first of the hip hop generation to do. We came out of the dance promotion game, and we both morphed into record producers, artists, promoters, and things of that nature. Everybody else before us moved on to something else. They got other jobs, and no disrespect to nobody, but I'm just saying, as for us, the people, the two main guys on the West Coast, that the feud, all the elements were there. There was some dancing done. It wasn't called breakdance. They spin on their heads back in the 40s and 50s. It wasn't called breakdancing though. They had people rapping on songs back in the 40s and 50s, but it wasn't called rapping per se. It wasn't the hip hop. It was the elements had already. Nothing is. First of all, there's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new. Okay, there's nothing new. Things have been going on forever. Okay, beating on drums and various instruments have been going on forever. But at some point in time, when you put all those elements together, that's when you get a new movement. And that's when I believe hip hop for the West Coast came together in 1977. That's when the shit started for us, which is about 4 years from now.
Love it, man. Love it. Hey, before we get to Yeah, so we might have to do some in 4 years, man. Let's keep that date alive. I like that. Before we get to the last thing I want to talk about, big story of the week. Before we talk about that, 2 people in the chat asked today where they can find the Eve After Dark documentary.
The Eve After Dark is not available yet. Reason why? Because N.W.A. with Lonzo is in post-production, and we plan on doing a double release because that way they segue together. And when I go to shopping, we'll get more money. Bottom line. I want to give them I want to show them one video. And if you want this one here comes along with it, but it's going to cost you more money. And just a strategy I plan on using in order to maximize the potential for both of them. Okay. And they should be played with boys and they should be played with Boys in the Hood, House Party, and Straight Outta Compton. Those 5 videos will interlock with each other on a regular basis.
Hell yeah. Dope. All right, man. The last thing I want to talk about, it's been a big story the past 24, 48 hours. A lot of people have mentioned it in the chat. A lot of people have seen it online. I do believe you were there this past weekend. We saw Miss LA not living her best life on stage. I guess that's the best way to put it. She did a not too good rendition of your famous hit song, Turn Off the Lights. You were there.
No,
right?
No.
I thought I'm sorry. I mistaked your texting. Okay. Talk to me when you saw that, man. Talk to me. What do you think?
Let me tell you what happened. Okay. Miss LA, somebody I know that has a nonprofit, wanted to perform as a nonprofit. That event was Sunday. Okay. Here in LA. What you guys saw on the internet happened on Saturday, I believe, in her show in Stockton. Okay. I saw her Sunday at the event that I arranged for her to play at, and she was okay. What I saw this morning on the internet, she wasn't okay. Why? What it was, I don't know, but I saw some things Sunday that made me suspicious of her handlers. I'm gonna put it like that. Okay. I didn't see any girls. You know, usually when you have a female performer, she got her cheerleader crew with her. I didn't see that. If they were there, I didn't see them. Usually when there's a girl around, there are the crew of girls. Hey, baby, that's my girlfriend. Woo, 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 woo. I'm here to support my girl on the home turf. On the home turf. Come on, man. But that wasn't the case. And I'm not gonna get into the details because I ain't trying to get caught up. But what I saw made me feel suspicious, especially after I saw Sunday. I left there Sunday, like, what the fuck was that about? Because I spoke to her and she didn't say nothing to me. How about nicety? That wasn't even nicety. That was just fucked up. I put you in the gig. Hello. And they made sure that she didn't respond to me, which I thought was kind of fucked up. I just put some money in your pocket. I can't get a hello or a picture. But then I saw the picture on the thing on Monday. Monday, what happened in the other gig, and that answered a few questions. Totally not. I don't have all the answers, but it kind of solidified my suspicions. Something ain't right with the poor child. And like Unknown said, and I'm gonna back him up on it. She needs some help. I don't think she's gonna get no help. I don't think she's gonna get very.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
I don't think she's gonna get very much help from her current crew. I'm gonna put it like that. Some people want you to be off kilter so they can benefit. I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but they can benefit. When you ain't right, they can get tight. And that's just real talk. It ain't the first time. This ain't the first time it's happened. When Etta James was out there singing, people made sure that she stayed just high enough to keep from killing herself and just sober enough to do a show. But somebody did a little too much on that one show. She's trying to twerk, but she ain't big enough to twerk. It was something going on, and I'm not going to elaborate on it because I don't want it to be viral. But she needs some assistance. She needs some assistance.
You met her before the world knew who she was. What kind of girl was Miss LA back in the day, and what changes did you notice after she made it big and started having babies by Suge and Dr. Dre.
She was quiet as a church mouse, very shy, a little thicker than what she is, a lot thicker than what she is now. But she was cute, thick, you know, a little short, thick cutie pie with the dimples and the whole 9 yards, little squeaky ass voice. And she didn't have a whole lot to say, but she sang her ass off. And that's why I picked her up, gave her a jersey, put her on my team. But you know, at some point in time, she threw the jersey off and got traded, and it ain't been right since.
Yeah. Some say that was one of the main reasons Dr. Dre left Death Row Records was because of the relationship with Suge Knight.
I've heard that on various occasions. Yeah, I've heard that on various occasions. Again, dude, I just that was a part of hip hop that I wasn't that enthused about, because it could go left at any given moment. As you can see, how many different lives were affected in negative ways behind that. And that's the advantage of being a little bit smarter than the average, a little bit more experienced. I ain't gonna say a little bit of experience than the average cat. You see bullshit coming a long way off. When you've dealt with as much bullshit as I have in my life, dealing with 6 clubs, multiple parties, events, people around the country, around the world, you know bullshit. Here it come. Oh shit, duck. And that's a skill you develop over time.
O'Shea Green wants to know, Lonzo, did you know Millie Jackson?
Nah, man, I had a chance to meet her one time. That's a crazy chick. I love her though, because she 100. She 100. She likes you. I think I'd fuck you. Her to tell the guy, yeah.
That's the ultimate compliment.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate compliment.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, you kind of cute. I'd fuck him. Yeah. And then, but that was her act. Okay. You know, Millie Jackson Millie Jackson was nasty as fuck, but her records, when she made her records, it was always insinuating shit. She never said nothing. She always, but on the album cut, she said what was on her mind. Okay. But on the radio cuts, and people keep forgetting, everything at one point in time was not meant for the radio. You had your album cuts, you had your radio, you had your album cuts, you had your radio cuts. Okay, you had the stuff you did in the concert, stuff you did for the radio. And if you know, I don't think she even did a lot of bleeping, because she knew that shit wasn't gonna fly on the radio, but she was saying in concert. You knew what she was thinking when she said certain things. Okay, you knew what she was thinking, but back then you had to have a certain amount of decorum that you just couldn't blurt out things, because your ass wouldn't get played on the radio. And that's why gigs were so important, because you can be as nasty as you want to in a gig and people love you. Okay. And that just makes it much more fun. But you give them that's like somebody walk through the house naked all the time. If you see somebody naked all the time, after a while, they ain't going to enthuse you no more. I saw that last week, same titties, same ass, same everything. Cool.
Speaking of radio, wasn't there a song that you kind of got hell for back in the day, because it had one word in it that would totally fly today, but it was you said something.
We had a song called Doggy Style.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
It was Doggy Style. We had something. It wasn't my song. It was another song. I was working with these guys, and it was called Doggy Style. And a good ass song. And the same week we dropped the song was the same week Magic came out with it was HIV positive. And KGLH pulled all sexually sexually suggestive records off the radio, and the record died. It just died.
Wow.
And then one of the guys who made the song got killed. And it was just a hell of a time, dude. Hell of a time. Yep.
Damn, man. I'm telling you, get the real history right here on Not Without Alonzo. Before you guys bounce out of here, please make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Just give it a smash. It's anonymous. We're not going to get a notification that you hit the like button, but it does help us out. We really need you to do that, and share the show as well. Tell a friend about it. If you know anyone who loves hip-hop, who loves EAZY E, who loves Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, they want to know the story of the real West Coast hip-hop, please share the story or share the channel with them. What's coming up next for you, Lonzo?
Oh, Doc. Shoot. Me and Dre on Friday. My gig's coming up. I'm waiting on the city council to get back in session so they can vote on this easy street, so we can start this party, baby. Try to start this party.
And Eve After Dark, January 2024. How crazy is that?
And
I never thought I'd hear that.
I didn't either. I didn't think I would, man. But the Super Bowl made things so like, dude, we'd be stupid not to. Okay, we'd be stupid not to. We got the building is still there. People looking for it. I get calls right now. There's a place in Compton called the Compton Shop. Everything Compton is in there. T-shirts, hoodies, whatever you want. Centennial, Compton High School, Dominguez High School. And people come from all over the world to buy memorabilia at the Compton Shop. And my friend runs the Compton Shop. She calls me up. Lonzo, somebody want to speak to you. I've spoken to people in the past 5 months, about 15 calls, all different accents from around the world. Literally, people from around the world have called. Hey, Lonzo, I heard your music, and I just love your music. Now, too bad I can't meet you, but I'm here from Ireland, I'm here from England, I'm here from Germany, I'm here from whatever, and they want to come see what Compton has to offer. And that's what I'm doing at the Compton with the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce. I'm giving them something to come look at. You're gonna have easy streets, you're gonna have a monument, you're gonna have a walk of fame at some point in time, and they're gonna be Eve After Dark. That'll keep you busy for a day.
And you are not lying, Lonzo. And you know what? It's now, after the Super Bowl last year, it can honestly officially be called the world famous Eve After Dark.
World famous.
So I think it's a great idea.
World famous Eve After Dark, and we're gonna decorate it with some memorabilia, some murals on the outside. It's gonna be something to be proud of. It's gonna be something to visit. And if you come to LA, let's go by Eve After Dark, just like people go to Roscoe's. Yeah, let's go by Eve After Dark, see what they got. We're gonna have we got a liquor license, so we're gonna have some signature drinks, some signature menus, and it's gonna be something, man, that we plan on making it something that grown people can come to and enjoy the videos, the music of our time. Okay, and we got a whole lot of music, Doc. We got a whole lot of music. We got the best too. We got the best. That's real talk.
Awesome, man. Always a pleasure, man.
Always. Chat room. Thank you very much for tuning in, folks. See y'all next week, God willing. Everybody who drops something in the chat, in the super chat, much love to you, folks. We can use it all the time. In the meantime, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop. For those of
you gotta exit the correct way, my man.
For those who never heard of me, I'm the first one to put Dr. Dre into surgery. I put Ice Cube in the freezer until he got cold. I own the Eve After Dark center stage Super Bowl. For those who don't know my history, for those who don't know my history goes further than you will ever know. Just remember that N.W.A. stands for Not Without Alonzo. All right, folks. Peace.